just because I was on the news. Go ahead, get it out loud. I'm actually just like you. I am frustrated with this economy. I am frustrated with taxes, and I am sick to death of the so-called leaders who want to take our money and spend it on their bad ideas. But because I was on the news, I know there are a couple things that people find annoying about the news media. Yeah, here in Wisconsin, it's coming up in just a couple of months now. You hear it every year. The news media freaks out when it's about to snow. Have you noticed that? They tell you to keep a good photo distance and make sure you have a snow shovel. Like we haven't lived in Wisconsin, I know that we do that. They freak out. But obviously the snow is not the biggest problem with the news media. You want to know the most annoying thing people have to say about the news media is? Too liberal, yes, right. And frankly, too predatory. Let me give you an example. Jerry talked about it just a little bit. This actually happened in Wisconsin. It was so offensive I did a video blog about it. There was a Wisconsin mom who went to one of those healthcare town halls. You guys heard of those healthcare town halls? She heard about it on Facebook, and about the same time that she was doing her research so she could say something intelligent at this healthcare town hall, there was a young reporter across town who was getting his assignment to go cover this healthcare town hall. And about the same time, this woman was putting her baby on her hip and walking a few blocks down to the school where this healthcare town hall was to be held. This reporter was setting his agenda. He wanted to go to this meeting and expose the operatives. Because somehow, if you say something intelligent and informed at a healthcare town hall meeting, you've got to be some super secret operative with a decoder ring and special powers to fight all the fans of socialized medicine. Okay, this lady wasn't one of those, but she went and she said something intelligent about how she fears government-run healthcare, and that was enough for this guy. He went and confronted her after the meeting, asked her 6 different times who sent her. And when she told him that no one had sent her and she wasn't a member of any political party, he didn't buy it. He insinuated that there was something sinister going on, so he Googled her and found out that a couple years ago she had been a member of the GOP. Like this meant something. Certainly it meant something. And so he chose certain facts and he chose certain sound bites and he went to air with a story that insinuated that she was a liar. This woman from down the street who had done her homework just like you all do. This woman's name and reputation were then dragged all over the national liberal media. This story was picked up by MSNBC, by the New York Times, and by the Huffington Post, and now this lady with the baby on her hip is getting death threats from both parties. Go ahead, boo, it is wrong. It's a joke, frankly, because there was no story. Know what else? That baby that she brought, her baby, the baby on her hip, people are saying it was a prop baby. A prop baby? Really? You know, if you want to disrupt any town hall meeting, skip the operative part, just bring a baby. The fact of the matter is there are too few in the media who truly reflect who we are. I'm not saying that all journalists are biased. There are some very good ones here in Wisconsin and nationwide, but there are too few who are willing to actually challenge the status quo. Absolutely. You can't tell me Rachel Maddow is exceptional. I guess that's why I feel so at home here today, because you are actually doing the job of journalists, of citizens, of taxpayers, of parents. You are challenging the status quo. And I like that. That's why I do a video blog. That's why I'm on the Charlie Sykes Show. That's why I do a TV show called Sunday Insights tomorrow, TMJ4, 10 a.m., by the way. I'll see you there. I'll smile at you, and you know it's just me looking at you. You challenge the status quo, and you demand of journalists, by meeting in places like this today, for journalists to tell the truth. And here is the truth. We are taxed too much. We know how to spend our money better than government does. To keep our own money, because they know whoever holds the dollars holds the cards, and we want our cards back. Because it is time for decisions made at those big fancy government conference tables to reflect the decisions that we have to make at our own kitchen tables. With our calculators and with our checkbooks. Sweating it out, every decision, because it is time for government to spend what they have and not just what they want. All right, I know there are a couple of kids in the crowd, and if my kids were here right now, I would urge my husband to do earmuffs, because I'm about to expose one of the biggest parenting lines in history. Because I told you so. Have you heard it? Have you used it? I've used it. Because I told you so works in our households because they are not democracies. Our kids don't get to vote on whether they eat their vegetables, whether they do their homework, or whether they move back in when they are 25. Because I told you so is a parenting line only. The government can't raise taxes and spend our money just because they tell us so. We are not children. It doesn't work on us. And unlike parents, they don't have our best interests at heart. And unlike children, we can't just go and start a lemonade stand when we lose our jobs, because we won't be able to employ anyone at our lemonade stand. The payroll tax would kill us. The sales tax would kill our lemonade profit. And we would never be able to afford our share of the tipping fee for all the empty Dixie cups in the lemonade stand garbage. It's a parenting line only, and the fact that they are doing things just because they tell us so is absolutely wrong. And I thank you for helping to expose that.